ellos también pueden en este momento en el software, en el
Claro.
software que ellos tienen.
Sí, ellos ya lo pueden ver. Mira,
Ya
nosotros
lo
ya
pueden
estamos
ver
en vivo.
En el sistema que ustedes tienen para las conferencias.
Sí, porque es ahí donde los clientes van a estar, en Let's Get Digital.
Sí.
Eso.
Ya lo pueden ver, mejor dicho, cuando...
Ya lo pueden ver.
Sí,
en este
ya lo
momento
pueden
ya
ver.
te estarían viendo a ti y puedes hablar en español y se escucha en español o en inglés también.
Ujú. En español. Estoy enviando en este momento solo español.
Ok.
¿Cómo quieres que sigamos con la prueba? Tú ya puedes ver producción y puedes ver la pantallita que dice producción y ahí te puedes ver y esa pantalla ya es parte de lo, digamos, como sale en la plataforma que ustedes tienen para las conferencias.
Sí, lo que necesita, bueno, acá, o sea, ahí ya estamos seguros de que o sea, que yo como speaker podría aparecer en la plataforma Let's Get Digital.
Sí.
¿Y cómo aseguramos que una persona que haya entrado por Zoom escuche ambos canales? ¿Por qué hago esta pregunta? Porque va a haber conferencias, como les decía, originales en inglés y va a haber un intérprete en un canal, por Zoom entiendo, en español y otro intérprete también en Zoom en portugués.
Into Portuguese. Yes. Are we sure that this works? Okay. Right now, I'm watching it on YouTube because I sent it into YouTube. I can see you. And I'm hearing the interpretation into English. I'll show it to you. Miguel,
algo así para entrar directamente a la plataforma de ellos.
Have a different computer to go into the platform through a different channel. Shall we perform that test? Okay, let's get into the platform on a different computer and then we'll broadcast. No, Alvaro. This is a different thing. You haven't understood. Ana Maria, you can watch YouTube first if you want. Or look at the app. Mike, I've just tested switching channels. So I'm on Zoom and I just tested switching channels and I heard Laura interpreting into English. Exactly. That's what should be visible on the app.
Lo que sucede, don Álvaro, es que ella está haciendo todo. Por favor, su merced, no puede prender la cámara.
What's going on is that she's doing everything. Could you please turn on your camera, Alvaro? So I will turn on the camera and I'll speak. Ana Maria, what do you want to see exactly on your platform? On Let's Get Digital. Yeah, Let's Get Digital. So what do you want to see there? Well, Alvaro, let me explain. We have an event where we have sessions in different languages. So, for example, there is a session at 8 a.m. in English. People should be able to go into the room where the session is taking place in English, and they should find two links that Miguel will create. Link 1 will be, oh no, just one link. Just one link because both channels are on Zoom. No, I'm explaining myself. This is new to me. So at Let's Get Digital at 8 a.m., participants will go into the session and they will find a link. They will click on that link and they'll start a session on Zoom. And on Zoom, they will find the two channels, right? The Spanish channel, the English channel. So that's working. And in this case, English will be Zoom. I didn't understand here. English will be spoken from Zoom or Spanish. Yeah, the idea is that the source of the streaming will be on Let's Get Digital. There will be someone on Let's Get Digital speaking. Then there will be someone speaking in Portuguese. Then at 11 a.m., someone will speak in Spanish. But they all will be at Let's Get Digital. And on Zoom, and who will be on Zoom? Laura interpreting from English to Spanish, and Alvaro, for example, interpreting from English into Portuguese. So we're wrong here, because in the example I'm sending you, I am substituting the people that will be hearing the interpretation. For example, Ana Maria. Ana Maria is live on the app, but Ana Maria is speaking English, and the app is showing her in Spanish. There's something I don't understand. Okay, we're confused here. Miguel, according to what Miguel is implementing, is for speakers to get into Zoom. Okay, so let me explain this a different way. The speakers, you in this case, you would be the speaker. You will get into Zoom, but it's as if you were logging into Let's Get Digital. For example, if you logged into Let's Get Digital right now, you would see yourself at the platform. It's as if you were already there, but we're doing it through Zoom. But people don't know that. People think that that the speaker is going directly into Let's Get Digital. Why do we do this way? And this is what we've been thinking. Here's where the difference lies. That's why I asked you to tell me again what you were intending. We were thinking that speakers could go into Zoom and we would send them into Let's Get Digital as if they were logging into Let's Get Digital directly. But what we do is switch the languages. So if they see you speaking, they're going to see you, but they will be hearing the interpreter. So when they select a language, they will see you, but they will hear the interpreter. They will not log into Zoom. We cannot do that reverse integration. We could do it, but in this case, we're thinking of a different thing. This is how we are envisioning it. All of your attendees will log into Let's Get Digital. All participants. Yes, I'm hearing you. And there, they will get into the auditorium, right? They will log into room 1, room 2, room 3. Personally, I had thought that there was one speaker, and the same speaker, depending on the room, could be heard in English, Spanish, Portuguese, French, for example. So if I'm a participant and I speak Portuguese, then I'd log into the Portuguese room, and then I would see you, but I would be hearing the interpreter in Portuguese. If I select the Spanish room, then I would be hearing you directly because you're speaking Spanish. That's what we had envisioned for this platform. Now, I have an idea. Let's do something. Just wait a second. Let me round up my idea. What's happening is that this test session is what we had envisioned, but how do you envision it?
A las personas, a los asistentes, los hemos convocado a que
attendees have been convened on Let's Get Digital. And on Let's Get Digital, they should just need to click on the session they will be participating in. What does it mean to participate? To listen to the speaker. But they can participate and interact with the speaker, the audience? No. What the audience can do is they can ask questions on a chat box. Okay, we're fine there. So I log in. For example, Alvaro Chavez is logging in to Let's Get Digital. And there are several links, or once I'm there, I will select the room, which is what we saw with Miguel. There were 4 rooms. I can select one room, or when I click on the link, I go into a certain room. Could there be 4 conferences at the same time? There will be 2 at a certain point. 2 at the same time. Okay. What languages? Well, the parallel ones will be one in Spanish, one in Portuguese. Do you need interpreting for those conferences? How do you select interpretation on there is no way to do it on Let's Get Digital. What we're offered is if Alvaro wants to hear Ana Maria, when Alvaro clicks on the conference, they will find a link to go into Zoom. Oh, Mikey, are you still here?
I'm still here. I'm listening.
Don Álvaro, si quieres, lo que pasa es que no se está entendiendo, don Álvaro, porque ellos no entienden la
It's
integración.
not
¿Sí me entiende? Ellos no están entendiendo la
easily
integración.
understandable because the integration is not. Yeah, but you know why it's not easily understandable?
Exactamente.
It's because they were told there was a link that would take us into Zoom. Okay, so what happens when people click on the link into Zoom? What happens?
Vale, entonces mira, Álvaro.
Okay, so Alvaro, on the Let's Get Digital platform, what Mikey offered us, where is Mikey? Mikey is there, yeah. I don't see her. Yeah, Mikey Westerman. So what she offered was to create a room for each conference. When the participant is about to participate, then a pop-up window will pop up, and there will be a link into a Zoom session. And that's all. And when they select this link, they would jump into Zoom. That's what they are offering, because it's impossible from Let's Get Digital. So, okay, so what happens? We have a solution. We have a solution for this, and it's access into the app could be done as if I were the speaker, and you wouldn't send anyone into Zoom. No one would be sent to Zoom, but the panelist would be going into Zoom. It would be the opposite. Instead of sending the guests into Zoom, then you would only be sending one person into Zoom. They would be giving their conference, and everyone on the app would be watching the conference in their own language. No, this is confusing. Okay, let me explain how we had thought about this. The speaker would go into Zoom. You are the speaker. People are hearing in English. Ana Maria, are you in English?
Ana María, ¿me escuchas?
Can you hear me? I can hear, but what we need, we can't have so many paths. People will be confused. Okay, so let's test it out so that you can hear a point of view. So my idea is Alvaro would turn on his camera, he would speak a few words, and you would go into the app to listen. Which app? Let's Get Digital. Okay, but wait. I'm going to be speaking Spanish, and it will be broadcast in English directly so that you can hear. But for example, you could have two rooms, and then people can get into the different rooms with the same image, but we would have to use two computers. Okay, just wait a second. We need to go from Let's Get Digital. That's where the event will take place. That's where the speaker will go. That's where the participant will go. We need to be based on Let's Get Digital. We cannot send the speaker into Zoom because at some point they will need to interact on Let's Get Digital. Okay, Miguel, what she wants is maybe to test out their first option, the way they had envisioned it. Okay? So the way they saw it is for us to take the image from Let's Get Digital, and you as a participant would take the image and go into Zoom, and we would provide a link for English interpretation, for example. Yes, that's what we tested out. I think that's what we tested out. And thus, what we're going to do is exactly what we were doing before. It's as if we took it from Teams. We take the image from Teams, and you show it to Laura, and Laura would be interpreting. And we would have a link exclusively for English, so that you can hear her in English if Ana Maria is speaking Spanish. And we provide that link in English, a link for participants to go in and select English to see what happens. If they want a link, that Zoom link could be sent by us, and they could see what happens there. So what we're going to do is the opposite. Miguel is there in productions. He would be a participant in order to take the image, and by taking in the image, Laura will be hearing everything that's happening in Let's Get Digital, and she will be interpreting from Spanish into English. What I don't understand, what's not clear to me, is the following. People would be clicking on a link, and they would go into Zoom, and they would be selecting their language, right? Yeah, that's what we tested. That is the test that we performed. Yes, so they could pick a language. That's what they will do. We'll send them a link, and they will be able to select their language. But that would be done on Zoom directly. Because if we send them a Zoom link, it's for them to log into Zoom, right? Okay, once again, we convene people on Let's Get Digital. They click on the session on Let's Get Digital. What Let's Get Digital was offering us was for us to have the possibility to select a link to go to Zoom, and from there to listen to the interpretation. That was the test that we performed. When did you do that test? Just now. We haven't done that test. Ana Maria, you're wrong, because I haven't made myself understood. We have the two options. One, you log into the app, Let's Get Digital. Yes, the app. Okay, let's call it the app. So you log into the app, and you start to hear. I have two options here. I take your audio and video, I put it on Zoom, and Laura will be interpreting here on Zoom. The guests will go into interpretation and will be hearing the interpretation. Number 2 is the opposite. The main, we have to discard that option. Okay, so let's focus on the second one because they don't want to do the first one. Look, Alvaro and Miguel, the point is the following. The event is on Let's Get Digital because that's where we will be convening people. And that platform enables us to do networking and showing videos. We cannot. So that is a platform for a certain type of virtual events. Yes, exactly. It enables you to do a lot of things, but to make it simple, yeah, what we are going to enable is the following. People can ask questions in the conference, and people are able to see videos during the breaks, and it would also enable them to do networking. So you are the one who's wrong, because that's exactly what I'm telling you. In order for them to be on the app, they would need to be on the app, not Zoom. Yes. Okay, let's test it the way they want. Yeah, but if Alvaro, if you look at it, what she needs is we're reaching the same point. We're back to zero. The guests don't need to be on Zoom. Yes, but this is how they want it. They want to see if it works. They want to test it this way, Miguel. I don't understand why we are tied into knots. Let's do it because they want a Zoom link and they want us to take the image from Let's Get Digital to show it on Zoom and for Laura to interpret. And we would be sending them the Zoom link, and with the Zoom link, they would be performing tests with the clients on the platform. That is what they want to see. That's what was offered by Mikey to see how the platform would work with interpretation. Okay, let me speak a little bit. Once again, everything is going on the platform. When I say